This is the Lockpicking Lawyer, and what I have for you today is the Stanley Model S74249 brass barrel lock. This is an 80mm Chinese-made lock with a nice and beefy 14mm hardened steel shackle. This is not a lock that I have ever seen sold in the United States before, and I picked this one up from a British retailer. I do have the original packaging for it, and there are a couple of things on here that are worthy of note. The first is that this is advertised as a quick set series padlock. Now, at least in my mind, Stanley is a company that has a far superior reputation for security compared to Kwikset, so it seems a bit odd to me that Stanley would use the Kwikset name to advertise its products. The other odd thing I saw here was this diagram on the back, and it raised my eyebrow because it only shows 4 pin stacks, and those 4 pin stacks have anti-pick pins in them. Now, the reason that was surprising to me is because the key to this lock is clearly a 5-pin key. You can see the cuts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So which of them is correct and which is misleading? Well, the misleading part is the key. This is definitely a 4-pin lock, and while I have been able to feel some security pins in there, at best what I feel are some really, really shallow spools. So let's see what it takes to pick into this beefy brass lock. Let's get some bottom of the keyway tension in there. Okay, and let's get our standard hook in 25 thousandths. Okay, number 1. Got a click there. Number 2. Think I got him set. 3. Got a nice fat click out of that one. I just touched 4. I went into a tiny little false set. Got a little counter rotation there. And that's all it takes to open this lock up. While we've got it open, let me show you the pretty interesting little locking mechanism there. It's one that you don't see often. What happens when you lock it, and I can't show it to you because it's a key retaining lock, is that this little hardened steel pin advances forward and blocks off a piece of that shackle hole. And that hardened steel pin fits into this little notch on the shackle and keeps it from opening. And according to the packaging, there is a pin on both sides, though I certainly can't confirm that. Okay, folks, that's all I have for you on this Stanley Model S74249. All in all, a very beefy lock. It appears to be well made, though I would like to see more than a 4-pin lock in there, and the security pins could be just a tad better executed. The biggest problem, though, is the pick resistance. It really doesn't take a whole lot to get into this lock. It does have some defense, as I said, those really shallow spools, and a pretty nice keyway, but for a lock of this mass and with this 14mm thick shackle, you really do expect just a little bit more on the pick resistance side. So, if you have any questions or comments, please put them below. If you like this video and would like to see more like it, please subscribe. And as always, have a nice day. Thank you.